Have you ever looked at your paycheck and thought, if I could just earn a little more, everything would finally fall into place? Or maybe you've already gotten that raise, that promotion, or that new job, and yet somehow life doesn't feel as different as you expected. If you're nodding along, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into a question that almost everyone faces at some point in their career. Why does earning more money not always translate into a better, happier, or more secure life? Stick around, because in this video, we're going to break down the hidden forces that shape our financial lives, forces that go way beyond the numbers in your bank account. We'll talk about the psychology of money, the traps of lifestyle inflation, the subtle ways our spending habits change, and the uncomfortable truth about why so many high earners still feel stuck. And by the end, you'll have a new perspective on what it really means to live better, and how you can start building a life that's not just richer, but truly more fulfilling. Let's get started. The paycheck illusion. Let's start with a story you might recognize. Imagine you're working hard at your job. You're putting in the hours, maybe even sacrificing weekends or evenings. Finally, your boss calls you in and says, "Congratulations, you're getting a raise." You feel a rush of excitement. You start imagining all the things you'll do with that extra money, maybe a nicer apartment, a new car, or finally taking that vacation you've been dreaming about. For a while, it feels great. You treat yourself a little more. You upgrade your phone, eat out more often, maybe even move to a better neighborhood. But then, a few months go by, you check your bank account, and somehow you're still feeling the same stress about bills, savings, and unexpected expenses. You wonder, where did all that extra money go? This is what I call the paycheck illusion, the belief that more income will automatically solve your problems and make life better. But the reality is, for most people, a bigger paycheck just leads to bigger spending. The psychology of lifestyle inflation. So why does this happen? Why do our expenses seem to rise just as fast as our income? The answer lies in something called lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is what happens when your spending increases as your income goes up. It's subtle, and it's often driven by psychology more than logic. Let's break it down. 1. The "I deserve it" mentality. When you work hard and earn more, it's natural to feel like you deserve a reward. Maybe you start buying coffee from that fancy cafe every morning instead of making it at home. Or you upgrade your car, your wardrobe, or your apartment. These upgrades feel good in the moment. They're a way of telling yourself, "I've made it, I'm successful." But over time, these new expenses become your new normal. What once felt like a luxury now feels like a necessity. 2. Social comparison. We're all influenced by the people around us, friends, colleagues, even strangers on social media. When you see others upgrading their lives, it's easy to feel like you should do the same. Maybe your coworker just bought a new car, or your friend is posting photos from a luxury vacation. You start to think, if they can afford it, why can't I? This is called status-driven spending, and it's one of the biggest reasons why higher income doesn't always lead to a better life. Instead of focusing on what truly matters to you, you end up chasing someone else's version of success. 3. The hedonic treadmill. There's a psychological concept called the hedonic treadmill. It means that as people acquire more money, more things, more experiences, they quickly adapt to their new circumstances. The initial happiness fades, and soon you're back to your baseline level of satisfaction. So you keep running, chasing the next upgrade, the next purchase, the next raise, hoping it will finally make you feel better. But the treadmill never stops. The hidden costs of earning more. Here's something most people don't talk about. Earning more money often comes with hidden costs. 1. Time and energy. That promotion or new job might pay more, but it could also demand longer hours, more responsibility, and higher stress. You might find yourself working late, missing out on time with family and friends, or feeling constantly on call. 2. Emotional trade-offs. More money can sometimes mean less freedom. You might feel trapped in a job you don't love just because it pays well. Or you might feel pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle even if it doesn't make you happy. 3. The debt trap. Ironically, higher earners are often more likely to take on debt, bigger mortgages, car loans, credit cards, because they feel confident they can afford the payments. But debt is a silent stressor. It can eat away at your sense of security and limit your options in the future. Why living better is about more than money. So if earning more doesn't guarantee a better life, what does? The answer is surprisingly simple. Living better is about how you use your money, not just how much you make. It's about aligning your values, your goals, and your true priorities. 1. Financial security over status. Ask yourself, would you rather have a flashy car and a fancy apartment, or the peace of mind that comes from having an emergency fund and no debt? 2. Experiences over things. Research shows that people get more lasting happiness from experiences like travel, learning, or time with loved ones than from material possessions. 3. Freedom and flexibility. The real benefit of earning more should be the freedom to make choices, whether that's taking time off, switching careers, or investing in yourself. But how do you actually break free from the cycle of lifestyle inflation and start living better no matter your income?
All right, let's get practical. If you're watching this, you're probably ready to break out of the cycle of earn more, spend more. So how do you actually do it? Let's talk about some real strategies that work, not just in theory, but in real life. 1. Track your spending, honestly. The first step is awareness. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes. It's easy to underestimate how much you spend on little things: coffee runs, takeout, subscriptions, or impulse buys. Try this. For 1 month, track every single expense. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or even a notebook. At the end of the month, look for patterns. Where is your money going? What surprised you? You might discover that you're spending hundreds each month on things that don't actually make you happier. 2. Define what living better means to you. This is a big one. Forget what social media, advertising, or even your friends say. What does a better life look like for you? Is it more time with family, travel, a sense of security, the ability to work less or start your own business? Write it down. Be specific. When you know what you're aiming for, it's much easier to make choices that support your real goals. 3. Automate your savings. One of the best ways to avoid lifestyle inflation is to make savings automatic. Set up a direct deposit so that a portion of your paycheck goes straight into savings or investments before you even see it. This way, you're paying yourself first. You'll be surprised how quickly your savings grow when you treat them like a non-negotiable expense. 4. Create speed bumps for big purchases. Impulse spending is one of the biggest threats to financial progress. To fight it, create a rule for yourself. For any purchase over a certain amount, say $100 or $200, wait 24 hours before buying. This simple pause gives you time to think, do I really need this? Will it actually improve my life, or is it just a fleeting desire? You'll find that many must-have purchases lose their appeal after a day or two. 5. Celebrate progress, not just perfection. It's easy to get discouraged if you slip up or if your progress feels slow. But remember, every step you take toward financial awareness and intentional living is a win. Celebrate your wins, big and small. Did you pay off a credit card? Did you stick to your budget for a month? Did you say no to something that didn't align with your goals? These moments matter. They build momentum and confidence. Now, let's bring these ideas to life with some real stories. Story 1. The engineer who downsized to upgrade his life. Meet Mark, an engineer in his early 30s. After a big promotion, he moved into a luxury apartment, bought a new car, and started eating out almost every night. But after a year, he realized he was more stressed than ever, working long hours just to keep up with his new expenses. Mark made a radical decision. He moved to a smaller apartment, sold his car, and started cooking at home. He used the extra money to build an emergency fund and take a month-long trip to Europe, a lifelong dream. Mark says, I thought earning more would make me happy, but it was only when I started living below my means that I finally felt free. Story 2. The nurse who chose security over status. Sarah, a nurse in London, got a significant pay raise. Her friends expected her to upgrade her lifestyle, new clothes, fancy dinners, maybe even a new car. But Sarah had a different plan. She kept her old apartment, continued using public transport, and put her extra income toward paying off student loans and building a savings cushion. When a family emergency hit, Sarah was able to take unpaid leave without worrying about money. She says, "Having options is the real luxury. I don't care if people think I'm cheap, I sleep better at night." Story 3. The couple who redefined success. James and Maria, a couple in their late 30s, both had high-paying jobs in finance. They lived in a trendy neighborhood, drove nice cars, and took expensive vacations. But they rarely saw each other. Work always came first. After a health scare, they reevaluated their priorities. They sold one car, moved to a quieter area, and both switched to less demanding jobs. Now they have more time for each other and their kids. James says, "We earn less now, but our life is so much richer. Success isn't about the paycheck, it's about what you do with your time and energy." So what do these stories have in common? They all involve a mindset shift, from chasing more to choosing better. It's about realizing that money is a tool, not a scorecard. It's about using your resources to build the life you actually want, not the one you think you're supposed to have. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It takes self-awareness, courage, and sometimes a willingness to go against the crowd. But once you make it, everything changes. Coming up, we'll talk about the most common traps that pull people back into the cycle of lifestyle inflation and how you can avoid them for good.